number one fan. I'm your number one fan. Gotta understand, I got a plan. Go for what you want, might be what you thought. You gotta take the chance. Gotta understand, I'm your number one fan. Number one fan.
Hello, everybody. You are watching a special edition here of something new, something fresh, but there's been something that's been going on for some time, and this is the Curt Social Network. I'm your host, Curt the Magnificent. Tonight, we're going to be broadcasting and talking about a bunch of different things, a few things that I like to talk about that I love. But first, I want to just give my introduction from myself and about my show. So again, I am Curt the Magnificent, aka Curt London, Coach Curt, that a lot of people call me. I started loving broadcasting as a kid. I'm a diehard Knicks fan. I watched a lot of Knicks games on MSG growing up, on NBC on Sunday mornings, NBA on NBC, and even on NBA on TNT on Thursday nights. Sometimes it was Tuesday nights at times. And I love broadcasting. I love the news. I love the way that the announcers used to pour out and give us a story about what's going on in sports or in the NBA in general. As far as with the Knicks, Marv Albert, that was my life in my living room on nights with Knicks games and even on Sundays on NBC in the 90s. And I just admired how the way that the game was just lifted up and how they would just have that power to motivate you to be staring at the TV back then and just watching what was going on and what we were witnessing. For me as a Knicks fan, I've been a diehard Knicks fan since the season of '92. They were in the playoffs, and I'll never forget it. Shout out to Smarter Fan podcast. We talked about the Pistons and Knicks in '92, and that was the first introduction for me about New York Knicks. They had won that Game 5 series against them to play against the Bulls in that grueling 7-game series, which they lost to Michael Jordan. But I just became a fan of just basketball and watching it. And then, getting video games later on and, playing NBA Jam or when NBA Live started coming around. And I just love the game of basketball. I love the sport of basketball. I started playing basketball at a young age. I really got really into just playing when I was about maybe 8 years old. And, I just never, ever stopped. To this day, I love it. I still play at times. I coach for some time. I started coaching before I got to that part. I played in high school. I was all county guard. I was one of the top 3-point shooters in Westchester County while I was in high school. I'm a state champion, 2004. And I've won multiple awards. I won county awards. I won section awards. So basketball was in my blood. I loved it so much. I played college for a little while, but then had a bad back injury that kind of put me down to slowing down and not play no more. It's fine. So, but I was able to get a degree in communications and media arts, and I had to fall back because that's also what I loved. I love broadcasting. I loved announcing. So this is why, I love doing this and why I'm trying to do this now. I started a YouTube page back in 2010. And it first started, it was called the Curt Sports Show. And my guest that I'm going to bring on today, he was actually one of the first few people to be on my show, the Curt Sports Show at the time. Later on, I changed it to the Curt Social Network. But, I wanted to try to just do different things. I was doing basketball, I was doing football, I was doing little league games, I was doing summer league games in the park. I remember when the Giants won the 2011 season, they won the Super Bowl 2012. I was at the parade. I was at down there near Wall Street where they had the parade, and I was just giving interviews to a whole bunch of different people. So it was great. Um, until then, I kept on going. I kept on going. I was working with Westchester Community College. I was their announcer for a couple of years, doing video and audio. That was great, and that was a time when they were really getting going. And I appreciate them for letting me do that. And still to this day, every now and then, I will still keep broadcasting my mind. I started coaching when 2011, 2012. I started coaching at the Harvey School for a couple of years, and I got really um, so involved and so in touch with it, trying to give back to the kids of the sport I love. I got a chance to coach at my alma mater that I was at in high school, which is I was in Hamilton, and I was able to coach JV. I coached there for 10 years, JV, and helped with the varsity as an assistant. And now I want to just do something where I want to not just only just do sports, but social topics, current events, economics, finances. I want to do a lot of things I want to put on to this network. So I really want to really expand and show and let y'all know that I'm here not only for just for me, not only for just yourself or just whoever I want to talk about. I want to be here for the community, for everybody. All right. I want this to grow. I want this to build, and I want this to be something special. Um, Nevertheless, first off, I want to give a shout out to the engineer, Doc Carlton, aka Doc. Thank you. I really appreciate you for really helping me and guiding me and putting me onto this and for setting everything up. And now I want to introduce my guest. So, my guest is coming on. He's actually family. He's my cousin. We grew up playing basketball together. He's a Yonkers native, and he's a Delaware State graduate as well. And he was a all league basketball guard as well in high school. And he knows the knowledge, and he is a diehard Knicks fan. And we're going to talk about Knicks in the NBA as well. And I want to give a special love and a coming on for my cousin, Jonathan Settles. Can we give a hand for Jonathan Settles?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yes.
How you doing? How you doing? How
Yeah.
you doing?
We need to get applause next time I have to do this. Yeah.
It's
Thank you.
great. It's great to be here, especially on the first episode. I've been telling you for years that you need to go ahead and start doing these live streams, start doing these videos because you have a talent and you got to broadcast it to the world. I understand that you like being humble, but I've been seeing this for the rest of for my whole life. So I already know what you can do, man. So let's get this going, man.
Yeah, definitely, John. We go way back, and and I just gotta say that I'm so happy that you are the first for this podcast, and we're gonna really start from what we love, and we're gonna start with these New York Knicks. I love that hat, by the way. It's beautiful.
All right, let's get to it. let's
Yeah.
get
No,
into
let's
it.
start with the cup game on Tuesday night, man. That was just great for the Knicks to just get that NBA Cup win. Just something to let people know that the Knicks are here. The Knicks, they're not gonna lay down. We're gonna come and we're gonna really get your minds on the Knicks throughout the rest of the season.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, the NBA Cup, people always poo-pooing it because it's a mid-season thing. They just started it. It just has to get some prestige. That's all it really has to do. But at the end of the day, the New York Knicks came through and they did what they had to do. You put the opponent in front of them, they knocked them down. That's all. They went all the way through. They knocked out the Magic, and then that game against the Spurs was extremely good. It was extremely good. Like it had a playoff atmosphere to it, and it wasn't no lackadaisical like how the All Star game is. Like these guys was playing, these guys was intense. They was playing through injuries, and at the end of the day, the Knicks came out on top. What can they say about us? We the 2025 NBA Cup champs. You mad about it? Go cry somewhere else.
Right. Go cross for us. That's a fact. Um, what did you think about Brunson, man? He really just, I mean, the guy is amazing. He definitely MVP talk right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. He is the guy that has been in the lab each and every year, and you just seen his progression now. And you already know me. I am a big Villanova fan. I've always been a Villanova fan, so I've seen him from legitimate college, freshman, and how he has progressed. And when he got here to New York, I was extremely happy. But each and every season, you just see him. He's getting better, he's getting better, he's getting better. And this year is an MVP season. He's averaging around 28 points per game. He's touching the ball statistically. They're saying like 1 less second, so he's making quicker decisions. Mike Brown really understands how to get him going, and now it's just not Brunson or nothing. Now you got to deal with everybody else. You got to deal with Bridges, you got to deal with OG, you got to deal with Kolick, you got to deal with all these guys, because now they're playing off of Brunson. Now it's just not Brunson or bust. And this Knicks team, they got it. They got it.
Yeah, they definitely do. And you know, you brought up Kolick. Um, there was an interesting play or interesting moment in the game where maybe about 5 minutes or 4 minutes left to go. You saw the Spurs. The Knicks were playing San Antonio Spurs in this NBA World Cup championship in Vegas, and you saw the Spurs start doubling Brunson when he would get the ball up half court, where Brunson was turning the ball over a couple times. So then there would have been a time, if in the Thibodeau's days, Tom Thibodeau coaching, that he would have just let Brunson just try to figure it out. But Mike Brown, who is the new coach of the Knicks, he said, okay, let me get a sub in to get Tyler Kolick in, the backup point guard. And he came in to give Brunson that relax, let him come off the ball, so they can't double no more. So now he can get time to relax, get up the floor, set up. And so when he get off the ball and get the ball, then he can make his move and then do what he got to do, because he was killing all night.
Yeah, yes, he definitely was. He definitely was. And what I've realized about Mike Brown is he is putting these players in the right position to be successful. So as you just said, if this was Tom Thibodeau, he would have just left Brunson out there, left everybody out there and said, hey, y'all guys got to figure it out. But with Mike Brown, he's going to put this team in the best position to succeed. You know that you need a second ball handler out there. Kolick, he did 4 years of college. He understands how to stay composed. He's that calm when there's a bunch, there's a storm. He's a real point guard. And he put him out there, and you see it. It make a huge difference. A huge difference. Tyler Kolick is one of those guys that you need on a championship team. He's going to be able to be the calm when there's a bunch of a storm. He's going to be able to relieve Brunson of all that pressure, and he's also going to do what it takes to get that win, because I've seen multiple times Wemby was running down the court. This is a 6'7", 6'6", 6'8" monster running down the court. He steps in front of him to make sure he's not getting an alley-oop. One of the plays that was actually extremely good, it got called, it got reversed, but when Luke Cornett actually ran over Tyler and he drew the foul, it was a wide open three. The guy hit the three, but they had already called it. Now they reviewed it and they reversed it, but didn't really matter because you took 3 points off the board and you got to stop the play. Everybody gets back reset. So he definitely was doing the little things, and real Knicks fans, the ones that is eyeing it, understands that. Salute.
Yes, salute, definitely. That was great points talking about that. Again, I'm so happy for the Knicks. Congratulations to them. John, real quick, let's talk about Karl-Anthony Towns, some of the other guys, Towns, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, who just came back off the injured list. Can we talk about those guys? Even Josh Hart.
Oh, of course. I mean, Cat, as I was saying earlier, Mike Brown is putting these guys in the position to be successful. You know what Cat's strengths is. You know what his weaknesses are. One of his weaknesses is that drop coverage. He understands that he doesn't have Cat play that drop coverage all the time. He's going to have him switch. He's going to have him double. He's going to have him hard hedge, simply because Cat does not have that defensive IQ like a Mitchell Robinson to be able to drop back and be able to play each everybody there. And then on the offensive end, he got Cat in his bag. He understands what he needs to do, and he's going ahead and he's doing it. Josh Hart, he's Mr. Do whatever. He's Mr. Do it all. You need him to score points, he'll score. You need him to be the ball handler, get assists, rebounds, he's going to do it. He's going to do whatever it takes to win, just like OG Anunoby, the same thing. But OG game has definitely stepped up since he's been in New York. Now, I don't know if it's because He has more offensive opportunity than he did with the Raptors, but
Mhm.
he's definitely playing on a different level than he was when he was with the Raptors. And what can we say about Mikal Bridges? Mr. Solid all the way around. Anything you need done, dirty work, he's there. Now, mind you, in the NBA Cup, uh, in the game, he didn't play too much in the fourth quarter. Now, I don't know if it was because of injury or this was another thing Mike Brown does. He's going to ride with the hot hand. Jordan Clarkson,
Yes.
Tyler Kolek, Mitchell Robinson, those guys was getting it done. In years past, they would have been like, you know what, I'm gonna put my best five out there. No, 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 no. You got to put the best five that's going on in the game, not just overall.
Agree.
Bridges wasn't having that great of a game. He was sitting down, but he understands. He's won a couple of national championships. I've seen him. He's a very humble guy. He does what it is to win. We just have a bunch of winners on the team, and this is our year, man. This is our year.
This definitely yeah. I think this is the best chance for the Knicks. I talked about it on the show on the Smarter Fan podcast. John, you gotta watch that. Actually, I think you have, but shout out to them once again.
Mhm.
That besides us, the Pistons right now is still on top, but I think the Knicks can catch them.
Yeah,
And again, if a healthy Cleveland, but right now Cleveland's struggling, and maybe Orlando. Besides them teams, I think the Knicks got the best chance right now to win the East, to get there and have a
yeah,
chance. So I'm hoping it works out. And shout out again to Mitchell Robinson, man. Yeah, he makes a real big difference on the offensive glass and just
yes, he
rebounding the
does.
ball and playing defense on the bigger, taller guys, like Wemby the other night.
Yeah.
And also another shout out to Jordan Clarkson, who's coming off the bench and playing very well.
Yeah, yeah. Our bench is looking really good. The fans were screaming for it last year. We knew that our bench was going to be one of the weaknesses going into last year's playoffs, and they went and they read up. And you got a different system, you got a different coach, a different ear, and there it is. I mean, Mitchell Robinson, all you got to say is this. He played 18 minutes and he grabbed 15 boards, and 10 of them was offensive rebounds. And he held Wimby off of the boards the entire fourth quarter. He didn't have not one board. That's man, that's constructs. That's a hard hat. That's the vest. That's what it is. That's New York basketball. That's exactly what it is.
And yes, that is definitely New York basketball. It's New York basketball that we came and grew up and we watched from the
Exactly.
'90s and even
Exactly.
the 2000s and on. So you want that blue collar, that gritty grind. That's what we're about, and that's what
Yep.
we've been in the last about 3 or 4 or 5 years. We've been about that, and I hope we can keep that up. So again, once again, congratulations to New York Knicks on winning the NBA World Cup here in 2025 in Vegas.
Absolutely.
Um, John, real quick, let's talk about the NBA a little bit.
All
Out,
right.
elsewhere. OKC. You know, I just don't see nobody really in the West. Really don't see nobody in the West really taking them down right
No.
now, man. They too good and too hungry, man.
They are very good. They are very good. They are the defending champs, so you have to put that on there. But there is one thing that I've noticed with the OKC, and the Spurs actually did it to them. And I want to see if other teams are going to catch on. But the Spurs initiated the aggressiveness. Usually it's OKC who initiates the aggressiveness on the defensive end, and they are the ones dictating the game and dictating what the refs are going to call. The Spurs actually got out there and played very aggressive on their guards and played aggressive overall, and they brought the fight to them. So I want to see if any other teams are going to pick up on that nuance and seeing if you can get to that physicality and get to that mode before OKC. Want to see how they are going to respond because SGA is going to get his buckets, but everybody else, they can definitely be shut down. They can definitely have bad nights. You can definitely make sure everybody else don't get what they do. SGA is a given. He's going to have like 30. He's going to get to the line. But if you bring the fight to them, I want to see how OKC is going to act. So I'm not ready to crown them just yet, but I want to see how they're going to act. And just a quick update. I just checked the phone. The New York Knicks, they did pull it out 114, 113 against the Pacers. So
Yeah,
that's another thing
I was gonna bring that up because I was checking my phone while you talking. I'm looking. I'm like, Knicks did win it.
They pulled it out.
Yeah, yeah, and they needed to win that game against the Pacers. The
Yeah,
Pacers are struggling this year
yeah.
without Halliburton, so I'm glad
Big
that they
difference.
got that win.
Big difference.
Big,
Big
big,
difference.
big difference. Um, who else I want to talk about around the NBA real quick. You know who has been a team that I've been wanting to expect to do a little better, and I don't know, they're there, but I don't still see them like getting to maybe to the conference finals. Houston Rockets with Kevin Durant now over there. Talk about that,
Houston.
John.
Houston. I have a little bias against KD simply because I've been calling him just eye candy for the last 4 or 5 years. The idea of KD is better than what KD is on a team, if that makes any sense. Like the idea of having a guy that's 6'11", 7 foot, who can shoot the ball, shoot better than anybody there, being able to play slight defense even though he is older. It's a great idea, but in practice, it's not working out. It really is chemistry issues that I see with the Houston. Now they can pick it up throughout the season, but when you're in that when you're in the Western Conference, a lot of guys, a lot of teams, they catch up real fast, and it just takes 2 or 3 games of losing, and you'll be in like the 6, 7 spot. So, they're gonna have to pick it up real quick.
Definitely, definitely. We got a few minutes left, John, and I just want to again just piggyback and go back to what I said. Thank you for being on. You was right there in the beginning. Did you like that intro? Did you see yourself in the intro? I don't know if you remember. Do you remember where we're at in that picture?
Yeah. Yeah, we was in Richmond, Virginia.
That's
We was
right.
in,
We was in
yeah, we was in
Virginia
Richmond, Virginia. That's where.
at your house doing the show.
Right before you left to go right before you left to go back to New York.
You probably remember what game was on. You should remember this.
No.
That was the game when the Knicks played against the Bulls Easter Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, see.
And that's when Melo.
I don't have that memory with all the games and everything like that, but yeah.
I just remember that because we were going crazy because Melo hit those threes. Yeah. So and they tied the game to go to overtime, and they took the lead in overtime.
Yep.
So, but listen, we've gone back and forth and done this, and we just do our talks all the time, and I want you to keep coming back. I want you to do this again with me. I hope that's good.
Yeah. No, it's no problem, man. I love talking ball. I love talking ball, so I love talking sports. You know me, man. I'm always down. I'm always down.
Oh, we go back, man. The Commerce days, the PAL. Yo, man, we can Rumbrook Park, man.
I was just talking to Doc about that. I was just talking about Doc about Rumbrook, but
man, when I get off here and talk to Doc about that, man, that was some good times.
Yeah.
But John, I appreciate you coming on here on the Curt Social Network. Thank you so much, my family. Yo, I love you, bro. You already know that.
I love you, bro.
All right.
I love you, brother, man. Salute. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Yes.
All right.
That was again my cousin John Settles, man. Diehard Knicks fan, like me. We was watching it all the time. I would go to his house and watch, or he'll come to my house and we watch the games. His pops is a huge fan as well. Shout out to Big John Settles. And yeah, man, it's just we were Knicks fans when we were up and we were down. People used to talk about us how bad we were. And I gotta say this: I'm glad we back on top and we're able to really enjoy this time with the Knicks as we grow older. So thank you again to my cousin John Settles. We're about to close out this show. I just want to say, whoever watched, who is watching, and who's going to be watching in the future, please, thank you again. Keep supporting. All right. Keep liking it. All right. I'm coming back with more flavor, more stuff. I told you different. All right. We're going to get really, really, really in tune with a lot of stuff going on in this world. All right. Not just sports. All right. It's the world as well. All right. It's a social thing. All right. And this is the Curt Social Network. My name is Curt the Magnificent. All right. Peace, love. You already know. Take care.
Number one fan.